Okay, I'm live in a shop. I'm back on this vehicle that started out with refrigerant contamination, but originally caused by another shop. And with their 3 times to attempt to fix it, it was still leaking. So now they have me doing the work, and it's not going to be subletted to that shop anymore. So this is all they were missing. What they needed were these for you guys who've done old R4s, Axial 5s, stuff like that, the GMs. You're familiar with these. From the 60s and 70s, we used to just use O-rings on these same compressors on the old R4s. Then later on, they converted over to these, machining them out, and sometimes you had to put in these retainers because they were missing on the line sets coming off of your hose assembly. So if you did not have this, many guys didn't know what to do, and since majority of mechanics don't read, can't read, refuse to read, or believe that they have a box and a wrench in their hand, they're a mechanic, and they, hey, if I could pull a part off and I could stick a part on, therefore it must be done right. I are a mechanic. With those kind of attitudes is why we have a lot of screwed up cars on the road, especially in air conditioning, and that's why a lot of air conditioning shops have gone out of business. So in this situation here, what they had were these 2 little tiny thin guys, and with these little thin ones here, going back onto this old Cadillac, this is, I believe this is part 4. This is the 4th video in the series. So getting up inside here, there we go. Here's the compressor they put on, which they did not oil balance, and I told them to. They figured nobody would catch them on it, because a lot of guys go, oh, if you don't balance the oil, it works anyway. Who cares that it has a little bit too much? But I busted them, and I let the owner of and the managers of the other shop know they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So I'm trying to let you look up inside here. Okay, here we go. Here is the line, and you see where it goes on to the line manifold right there. There's a line, there's the line manifold. You see the gap and the back of the compressor. Now if you look at that gap real carefully, if I could zoom in and actually get it focused because it's all blurry, you will see it is not even. I put the gaskets in there, and even I made a mistake. I didn't size them up. There's virtually no clearance to work inside this. This is a miserable job to have to redo. So I stuck the first set of gaskets in there. It was not correct. I stuck my second set in there. It's still not correct. But to somebody tightening it down and not knowing, they would let that fly, and it will pass a vacuum leak, and it will most likely pass a pressure test. And when the car goes out, the customer hits hot climate, pressures go up to above 200 psi, then it will start to leak. So I have to take this back off, and if I come back over here and show you, so going back to this one, so the original shop had these in there, wrong. So I knew one was thicker than the other one because the recess on the back of that manifold plate was on the back of the compressor. One was machined down deeper than the other one, just by a little bit. So I selected one of these, or actually 2 of these. And when I met these 2 machine plates up, let me give you an example here. So let's say we're going to pretend this is the compressor. This is the back of the compressor. If you look at this real carefully, you will see one is machined down deeper than the other one. So that's what the back of the compressor. Looking from down here, I almost can't see this, and it's machined less than that. So what you would do in a case like this where one is deep, one is shallow and bigger, that one looks like It would actually fit the gold one, maybe. Nope, that's too big. It fits outside, so that's too big. Let's go with one of the flat silver ones. Yeah, there we go. So you would have something like that, and then maybe one of these really thick guys, and you would have a thick one like that, or a red one. Now when you look at it, let's go with the red one. When you look at it this way,